Let us understand about the bar graphs. A bar graph is a representation of numbers using bars of uniform width. Okay, so in this figure we can see the bars should be of uniform width, equal width. A bar graph is a visual representation of a data. It is in the form of bars of uniform width such that the length of the bars depends upon the frequency and the scale chosen. Okay, the length of the bar can be different depending upon the frequency and the scale chosen. We can look at the bar graphs and make deductions about the data. Okay, desired information can be collected by seeing the bars of bar graph. So by seeing the bars we can get the information, whatever information we want. Example, the frequency corresponding to the longest bar is the mode of the data. Now guidelines for making a bar graph. How to make a bar graph? Some guidelines are given. So what we should mention in the bar graph? Title of the graph. So here should be the title, up. Choosing an appropriate numerical scale. So scale should be chosen, proper scale. So equal distance you should keep either of 10, 20, 30, 40 or 5, 10, 15, 20. So that is the scale. 1 unit equal to how many centimeter? Labeling of the axis, that is x-axis and y-axis, you should write properly, and equal width of bars with equal intervals between them. The bars which we are drawing should have equal intervals. The distance should be same between the bars. Now let us see about double bar graph. A double bar graph helps to compare two collections of data at a glance. So whenever two collections are there, when two data are there, we can draw a bar graph to get a proper information. Now marks obtained by Raj and Jay in three subjects are. So Raj and Jay, and their marks are given in English, Maths and Science. Raj is getting 70, Jay is getting 90 in English. Raj is getting 80 and Jay is getting 60 in Maths. Raj is getting 60 and Jay is getting 80 in Science. Okay, so the double bar graph is drawn. Here Raj and here is Jay values. So Raj is getting 70, Jay is 90. So next is Jay is getting 60 and Raj is getting 80 in Maths. In Science, Raj is getting 60 and Jay is getting 80. So from this graph we can clearly see that how much is the difference between the marks of the both. So here you should write the subjects and here you should write the proper marks with proper scale. Here we have taken 1 centimeter equal to 10 marks. Okay, 1 unit equal to 10 marks. So this is the double bar graph. Let's start with exercise 3.3. Question number 1. Use the bar graph, see the given figure, to answer the following questions. Okay, so in the figure we can see that the bar graph is given. First one is for dogs, then cats, then rabbits, then hamsters and others. Okay, these are the pet animals, and here they have given the students number. Okay, so which is the most popular pet? First question. And how many children have dog as a pet? Okay, so how can we know that the most popular pet is? That the graph which is the longer one, the bar graph which is the longer one, shows that the pet is most popular. So first one, since the bar representing cats is the tallest, cat is the most popular pet. Now second one, how many children have dog as a pet? So first one is for dog. So that dog, that bar graph is corresponding to which number? So 8. Okay, so the number of children having dog as a pet are 8. Let us see question number 2. Read the bar graph, see the given figure which shows the number of books sold by a bookstore during 5 consecutive years and answer the questions that follow. So here years are given. 1989, 1990, 1991, 1992 and 1993. Here number of books are given. Okay, so we have to answer the question about how many books were sold in 1989, 1990 and 1992. Now see 1989, now this is corresponding to here, so slightly less than 200. Okay, and 1990 also it is corresponding to here slightly less than 500, and 1992 here it is slightly up than 200. Okay, so here 1989 175 books were sold, in 1990 475 books were sold, and in 1992 225 books were sold. Now second question, in which year were about 475 books sold, about 225 books sold? So it can be concluded that 475 books were sold in the year 1990. Let us see here, in 1990 it is slightly less here, so 475. Now and 225 books were sold in the year 1992. So in 1992 you can see that it is above 200, slightly above 200. So 225 books were sold. Now third question, in which year were fewer than 250 books sold? Fewer than 250 are which year? Then it can be concluded that in year 1989 and 1992. See 1989 it is less than 200, and 1992 also it is 225, so less than 250. Okay, so both are having less than 250. So from the graph it can be concluded that in the years 1989 and 1992 the number of books sold were less than 250. Now fourth question, can you explain how you would estimate the number of books sold in 1989? See 1989 it is less than 200, slightly less, so about 1/4 is less. Okay, so let us see here. From the graph it can be concluded that the number of books sold in the year 1989 is about 1 and 3/4 part of 1 centimeter. Okay, so we know that the scale is taken as 1 centimeter equal to 100 books. Okay, this here see 1 centimeter equal to 100 books we have taken. So 100 plus 3/4 into 100. Okay, so equal to 3/4 into 100 is, we will cut 4 ones are 4 25s are, and 25 threes will be 75. So 100 plus 75, that is 175. Therefore about 175 books were sold in the year 1989. So here it will come 175 books. To draw the graph of question number 3. Now as given in the table, classes are given and number of children are given. So we will take the classes along x-axis, this is x-axis, and we will take the number of children along y-axis. Okay, so here we will take the unit scale of 1 centimeter equal to 10 unit, that is 1 centimeter equal to 10 children. So here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 up to 150 we will take, because maximum is 135 and minimum is 80. So we will get up to 135 in this graph. Okay, and classes we will take at equal distance 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Now we will start to draw. 5th standard is given 135. So here 10 is the difference. So after 5 units we will take the line first. So this is 135 line, and we will draw the graph here, bar graph. So this is the first one. Now second one is 6th is 120. So we will take 120 here. In front of 120 should come 6th standard. Okay, so draw the bar graph from this line. First of all you mark the lines for every standard so that mistake will not occur. Now for 7th standard it is 95. So between 100 and 90, so 95 for 7th standard. So let us draw this is 95. Now for 8th standard is 100. So in front of 100, 8th standard should come like this. Okay. So now 9th standard is 90. So in front of 90, 9th standard. So it is 12. And last one is 10th standard, 18. So in front of 18, we will take for 10th standard. So this is the last one for 10th standard. So from this graph, you can easily compare that 5th standard is the tallest one, 135, and 10th standard is the smallest one, that is 80. Okay? And you have to write the scale 1 centimeter equal to 10 kg. Here, don't forget to show. Here, we should write the name, that is classes 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Here, write number of children and write the numbers at equal distances 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 up to 150 as per the scale given. And don't forget to write here y-axis and x-axis. Then only your graph will be complete. Show the origin 0. Question number 3. Number of children in 6 different classes are given below. Represent the data on a bar graph. Now class are given 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, and number of children are given 5th standard 135, 6th standard 120, 7th 95, 8th 100 and 9th 90 and 10th is 80. Now let us see the question. How would you choose the scale? Now we should choose the scale in such a way that the 7th standard, that is 95, and 9th standard, that is 90, should be clearly represented. So here we have taken the scale 1 centimeter equal to 10 children. Okay, so this 7th and 9th, that is 95 and 90, can be clearly represented. Okay, so let us see the answer. We will choose a scale as 1 unit equal to 10 children because we can represent a more clear difference between the number of students of class 7th and that of the class 9th by this scale. Okay. Now second question. Which class has the maximum number of children and the minimum? Now we can see here from all these numbers, class 5th is having the maximum, that is 135. Also from graph we can see that the graph of the 5th standard is the tallest one. Okay. And the class 10 student, they are 80. So from graph we can see the 10th standard student graph is the smallest one. Okay. Now so let us see answer. Since the bar representing the number of children for class 5th is the tallest, there are maximum number of children in class 5th. Similarly, since the bar representing the number of children for class 10th is the smallest, there are minimum number of children in class 10th. Now let us see the next question. Find the ratio of student of class 6 to the student of class 8th. Now let us see 6th and 8th. So 6th, it is 120 and 8th is 100. We have to find the ratio. So we will divide this 120 divided by 100. So let us see the answer. So the number of students in class 6th is 120. Number of students in class 8th is 100. So the ratio between the number of students of class 6th and the number of students of class 8th is 120 upon 100 is equal to 6 upon 5. Here 0 0 will be cut and 2 6s are 12, 2 5s are 10. So 6 upon 5. So equal to ratio is 6:5. Start question number 4 graph. See, again we will have to draw first y-axis and x-axis. Give the name y-axis here x-axis. Then on y-axis we will show the marks and x-axis we will show the subjects. Now in the question it is given the marks for first term and second term in respective subjects. So we will take the markings for English, that is first term, second term. For Hindi also first term, second term. Take the markings for each subject, so it will be easy to draw the double bar graph. Now for English, the first term marker 67 and second term marker 70. So let us draw. 67 means 60, this is 65, and plus 2 means 67, so it will come here. Okay, and 70 is the second term mark. So let us join it with the subject. So this is for first term and this is for second term. Then for Hindi, the first term marks are 72. So 70 plus 2 divisions. So 72 here. So again join with the subject. First term marks. This will be the first bar, and second marks are 65. So 60 plus 5. So 65. Now for maths 88 and 95. For first term it is 88. 88 means 80 plus 8 marks. So 88 here. This is for first term, and 95 means 90 plus 5. So 95. Now for science, here marks are 81 and 85. So 80 plus 1. Take 1 centimeter further. This is for first term. And now second term is 85. So 80 plus 5. So 85. Further, last is social science 73 and 75. See, 73 means this 70 plus 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it will come here. Now for social science 73 and 75. So it will come here in front of 70. Take 3 centimeter further. So 73. And this is 75, between 70 and 80. So the graph for first term, let us draw the bar. This is for second term now. Now after finishing, we will mark each graph as the term. This is first term, second term, this is first term, this is second term, this is for first term, this is second term, first, second, first and second. And now after completing, to show the difference, we will show the second bar graph for second term by some shading like this. Okay. Like this we will shade the second term bar. Now for this information we have to show here in square. This blank square is for first term and shaded square is for second term. So in the graph we should mention y-axis, x-axis, here marks, here subjects, then scale 1 centimeter equal to 10 marks, and you show the numbers properly here. You should also mention the origin here. The performance of students in first term and second term is given. Draw a double bar graph using appropriate scale and answer the following. See, the subjects are given, first term marks are given, and second term marks are given. The marks are out of 100. Now in English, first term 67, second term 70. Hindi first term 72 marks, second term 65 marks. Maths first term 88 marks, second term 95 marks. Science first term 81 marks, second term 85 marks. And social science first term 73 marks and second term 75 marks. Now let us see the first question. In which subject has a child improved his performance the most? Now see here, out of all these subjects we can see that in maths the improvement is more. That from 88 marks he has got in first term 88 marks he has got, in the second term he has got 95 marks. So there is a difference of 7 marks between first term and second term. So he has improved the most in maths. Now in which subject is the improvement the least? So we can see here least means less difference. So we can see here social science is having the less difference. First term 73 and second term is 75. So 2 marks difference is there. Okay. So we can see here that there was a maximum increase in the marks obtained in maths. Therefore the child has improved his performance the most in maths. And second answer, from the graph it can be concluded that the improvement was the least in social science. See, in social science the difference between the two graphs is very less. Okay, and in maths the difference between the two graphs is the most. Now the third question, has the performance gone down in any subject? So we can see here gone down means he should getting less marks in the second term. So here we can see in Hindi, first term he is getting 72, second term he is getting 65. So the marks has gone down. And from graph also we can see in Hindi the first graph is the taller first term graph and the second term graph is the smaller one. So Hindi the marks has gone down. So from the graph it can be observed that the performance in Hindi has gone down. Let us start the graph of question number 5. Here again we have to show y-axis, x-axis, and here on y-axis we will show the number of people. Here on x-axis we will show the sports. So make the marking for each sport first. This is for cricket 2 bars, basketball, then swimming, hockey and athletics. Okay, now we will start to draw. Here number of people, we have to take the scale as 1 centimeter equal to 100 persons. Okay, so take 100, 200 up to 1300 because maximum number is given 1240. Now let us start to draw. First bar will be for watching people and second bar will be for participating people. Now first one for cricket, it is first one is 1240. So 1200 plus 240. So 2 and 40 means 1240. It will come here. So let us draw the first bar. Now second, for participating people is given 620. So 600 and take 2 centimeter up. So 620. Sorry, we will take 2 divisions up and then we will draw the next second bar. Okay. Now further, the basketball sport watching people are 470. So take 400. This is 450. Take 2 divisions up. So it will be 470. So now let us draw the first bar. Next number is given 320. Participating number is 320. So 300 and 2 divisions up. So 320. This will be the second bar. Now next one, swimming. First number is given for watching is 510. So 500 and 1 division up. So 510. And participating people are 320. So again 300 and 2 divisions up. So it will be 320. Next one is hockey 430. So 400 and 3 divisions up. 30 means 3 divisions up. This is the first bar for watching, and next one is 250. 250. So in between 300 and 200 will be 250. And athletics is 250. So again 250 take. This is for watching and 105 for participating. Now see, 100, then you have to take the first division, but middle of that we will take 105, because first division means 10 and 105 means in the middle we will take. Not completely first division, half division we will take. Okay. Now to differentiate the two bars, we will shade the second one, and we will write, for first bar graph we will write W for watching, and second bar graph we will write P for participating. In this way we will shade the second bar and write W, P, first bar W, second bar P, W for watching and P for participating people. Now here we have to show two squares, one square for watching and the second participating square, as we have shaded, we will shade it here. That means shaded square is for participating. So at last what things we have to show here? Y-axis, x-axis. On y-axis write number of people, x-axis write sport. Here we have to mention the origin also. Then put the number of people on y-axis and name of sport on x-axis. And here at last you have to mention the scale. 1 centimeter equal to 100 persons watching. This square for watching and participating we will mention. Question number 5. Consider this data collected from a survey of a colony. So here favorite sport names are given: cricket, basketball, swimming, hockey and athletics. Now the persons who are watching and participating, their numbers are given. Okay. Draw a double bar graph choosing an appropriate scale. What do you infer from the bar graph? So let us see that from the bar graph we can see that the number of people watching and participating in the cricket are more than all the sports, and the number of persons watching and participating in the athletics are the least one. Now which sport is most popular? So let us see the first answer first. Here the double bar graph represents the number of people who like watching and participating in the different sports. It can be observed that most of the people like watching and participating in the cricket, while the least number of people like watching and participating in athletics. Now let us see the second answer. Which sport is most popular? So we can see from the bar graph here that here this cricket sport is most popular. People are watching and participating more in cricket. Then from the bar graph it can be observed that the bar representing the number of people who like the sport of cricket is the tallest. Watching and participating in cricket is the tallest among all the bars. Hence cricket is the most popular sport. Now third question. Which is the more preferred, watching or participating in sports? Now in all the bar graph we can see that watching bar is more longer, more taller than the participating bar. Here also watching bar is more taller than participating bar. So we can see the bars representing watching sport are longer than the bars representing participating in the sports. Hence watching different type of sports is more preferred than participating in the sports. Let us draw graph of question number 6 now. See here cities and their maximum and minimum temperatures are given. So we will start drawing. First mention y-axis, then x-axis. Here on y-axis take temperature in degree centigrade, on x-axis take cities. Now mark, we have to draw the double bar graph. So mark the markings for both the graphs for each city. First, this will be for Ahmedabad, then Amritsar, Bangalore, Chennai, then Delhi, then Jaipur, Jammu and Mumbai. Okay, now let us start to draw. Ahmedabad maximum is 38 and minimum is 29. Now see, on y-axis we have taken the scale as 2 cm equal to 10 degrees C. So 2 cm, so 10, 20, 30, 40 we have taken. Now, so first one we will take Ahmedabad is 38 degrees C. Now here 38 means 30 plus 8. So 30 plus 8. 8 degrees C means we have to take 8 to the 16 divisions. So let us take, so we have taken 30 plus 16 divisions we have taken. So let us draw the first bar. Now second bar 29 degrees C. So 20 plus 9, 9 to the 18. So 18 divisions we will take after 20. So this is the second bar. Then third bar, Amritsar is 37 degrees C and 26 degrees C. So 37 means 30 plus 7, 7 to the 14. So after taking 14 division, we will put the bar here. See the first bar and second is 26 degrees C. So 26 means 20 plus 6 to the 12 divisions. So 26 degrees C will come here. Then Bangalore is 28 degrees C and 21 degrees C. So 28 means 20 plus 8, 8 to the 16. So 16 divisions after 20 we will take. This is the first bar. This is the second bar. Now second bar. Here 21 means 20 plus 1, 1 to the 2. So 2 divisions we will take further. Now for Chennai, it is 36 degrees C and 27 degrees C. 36 means 30 plus 6, 6 to the 12. So 12 divisions we will take. 36 and 27. So 27 means 20 plus 7. So 7 to the 14. So 14 divisions we will take further. Now for Delhi, 38 and 28. So 38 means 30 plus 8 means 8 to the 16. So 16 divisions after 30. And 28 means 20 plus 8. 8 means 8 to the 16. So after 20 we will take 16 divisions. Now further for Jaipur it is 39 and 29. So 39 means 30 plus 9. So 9 to the 18. So after 30 take 18 divisions. 39 and 29 means after 20 take again 18 divisions. Now next is Jammu, 41 degrees C and 26 degrees C. 41 means 40 plus 1, 1 to the 2. So after 40 take 2 divisions. And 26 degrees C. So 20 plus 6, 6 to the 12. So after 20 take 2 divisions, 12 divisions. So Mumbai is 32 and 27. So Mumbai is 32 means 30 plus 2, 2 to the 4. 4 divisions we will take after 30. This is the first bar and second bar will be of 27. 27 means 20 plus 7, 7 to the 14. So this is 27. Now we will write maximum and minimum. This one let us make clear. For Amritsar it is 37 and 26. This is 37. So 7 to the 14. So it will be 14. Now we will write here maximum and minimum. So maximum for first graph, minimum for second bar. Now this, to differentiate both the bars, we will shade the second bar in all. We will show maximum for first bar, minimum for second bar, and we will shade the second bar in all. In this way we will shade the second bar. Now here we have to show the squares. Blank square for maximum temperature, that is the first bar, and shaded square for the minimum temperature, that is the second bar. So our graph is ready. Number 6. Take the data giving the minimum and maximum temperatures of various cities given in the following table. So temperature of the cities on 26/2006 are given. So cities are given: Ahmedabad, Amritsar, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Jaipur, Jammu and Mumbai, and their maximum and minimum temperatures are given. Okay, so now you have to plot a double bar graph using the data and answer the following questions. Okay, so for which city is the has the largest difference in the minimum and maximum temperature on the given date? So which city is having the largest difference? So let us see here. It is Jammu. Jammu is having the largest difference. From 41 degrees C is maximum and minimum is 26 degrees C. Now second question, that which is the hottest city, which is the coldest city? Hottest city means maximum temperature out of all the cities is of Jammu. So Jammu is the hottest city, and minimum temperature of all is having for this one 21 degrees C. It is of Bangalore. So Jammu is the hottest city, Bangalore is the coldest city. Now next question, name two cities where maximum temperature of one was less than the minimum temperature of the other. So let us see Bangalore and Jaipur. In Bangalore and Jaipur, Bangalore is having maximum 28 and minimum is 21. But Jaipur is having maximum 39 and minimum 29. So here the maximum temperature of Bangalore is less than the minimum temperature of Jaipur. Okay. Now next two cities are Bangalore and Ahmedabad. So in Bangalore and Ahmedabad, the maximum temperature of Bangalore is less than the minimum temperature of Ahmedabad. Okay. Now fourth question, name the city which has the least difference between its minimum and maximum temperature. Okay. So which is the city having the less difference? Difference means we have to subtract these two in all. So Mumbai. Mumbai is having the least difference. Maximum is 32 degrees C, minimum is 27 degrees C. So the difference between the two is only 5 degrees C. So Mumbai is the city is, from the graph it can be concluded that the city which has the least difference between its minimum and maximum temperature is Mumbai. Draw the bar graph and double bar graph in the graph book and write the question answers in it. Thank you.